something wrong with the recording. It is not uploading. Uh, okay, if can anybody tell me at the end of the lecture that the recording is done or not? Okay, so if it is not done, I will post the link of YouTube. Okay, so if it is not able to successfully compiled. Okay, okay. So if I just start with that now, again there is some mistakes in the previous one. Please don't consider the comma in case of DFA. Okay, so in case of a DFA, this Q0 Q1 is exactly a one state. Okay, okay, okay. So in all the context here, so here this is not a comma. It's also not a comma in anywhere. Okay, so it is Q1 and Q. Okay, so this was the previous question that we have done, and this is a constructed DFA where second symbol from RHS is A. Okay, so if you can clearly see this is a very complex DFA. If you want to design it in a one go, okay, you have to take care of various situations that you are not aware of it. So this is quite a complex DFA. If you want to say it another example, you can go with this where third symbol uh, is from RHS is A. Okay, so if you draw it, you will get like four states in this. If you for NFA, but if you convert it into a DFA, in that you will get like exactly like eight to nine states. Okay, so there is one another property that if a NFA contains n state, okay, so if a NFA contains n state, its equivalent DFA, uh, can contain maximum of 2 raised to power n states. Okay, maximum. Just keep in mind I have saying maximum, so it can be max it's 2 raised to power n, but it can be less than that also. Okay, so if you see in this question, in the NFA, the previous question in the NFA, we have like three states, and the equivalent DFA, we get four states. Okay, so again, it's not 2 raised to power 3, 8 states. It's less than that. Okay. So always keep in mind that it is the only the maximum number. So maximum 8 states can be possible. It generally it is always less than that. But there are some question where you can reach the maximum limit. But generally it's less than 2 raised to power n. So keep in mind that this is a very important point. Okay. So just if you have seen the PPT here, in the end there are some important points. Okay, so I just revised that important points. Okay, so these are the important points of DFA that we have concluded. The first one is, after conversion, the number of states in the resulting DFA may or may not be same as NFA. Okay, so if you remember that every DFA uh, is NFA. Okay, so if you draw, it can be possible that you have drawn in the first go that you have drawn a DFA, and if by converting it to DFA, it will result in the same state also. Okay, it's also possible that if you draw an NFA and this NFA has three states, equivalent DFA also has three states, so it is also possible. Okay, so don't need to worry about that. So this keep in mind that it can be. Again, the maximum is 2 raised to power n, so minimum can be anything. Okay, so it says the maximum number of states may be present in the DFA. If I just say equivalent DFA, okay, so if you build a NFA, and that NFA equivalent to DFA, if I just derive this NFA in this, then you will get the maximum number of states is 2 raised to power the number of states in NFA. That is the same thing that I've described. Okay, so that thing can also be represented in this formula. Okay, so you just see this relation. It just says 1 less than equal to n less than equal to 2 raised to power n. It is one of the way of saying the same thing, that the maximum number of states possible in NFA is 2 raised to power m. Okay, so where the m is the number of states in NFA. Keep in mind. Okay, so the final one is in the resulting DFA, all those states that contain the final state or states of NFA are treated as final state. It means that if if in a NFA there is some state called Q3, which is the final state, in the equivalent DFA, that wherever this Q3 is, it always be the final state. Okay, so if it can be also this Q1 Q3 will also be the final state. In the same way, it can be also like this Q1 Q naught Q3 Q naught Q1 Q3. So wherever there is Q3, that will automatically become your final state. So keep in mind, these are some important points. Okay. So one important point, always just remember that the maximum state for the equivalent DFA for a particular NFA is 2 raised to power number of states that is possible in NFA. So just write number of states in NFA. Okay. So continuing with next topic, again you know that I have told you this many number of times, that there is a possibility that for every language, okay, so suppose there is a language L1, and for that language there's a possibility that there can multiple DFA exist. Okay, so it's a possibility that multiple DFA can exist. Suppose but out of these, suppose this DFA contains 5 states, 6 states, this contain only 4 states. Okay, so out of these 4 states, only one minimal DFA can exist. Okay, so minimal is always one, but maximum can be a number of different states. So if I just more clarify this, that there are DFA 1, 2, 3. Suppose the total DFA for a particular language is 3, and this contains 4. This contains 3 states, and this contains only 5 states. Okay. So whenever you apply a minimization algorithm, okay, so whenever you apply a minimization algorithm, what will happen is that if you input all these DFA, so suppose some person get this DFA1, some person get this DFA2, some person get this DFA3. So all of these DFA, if I input it in this minimization algorithm, it will result in the DFA2. Okay, so because DFA2 contains the least number of states, it will always result in this. Okay, if in the first go you have designed the DFA2, the minimization algorithm does nothing. It will again return the same DFA to you. Okay, so you do not need to worry about it, because if you will never be sure that you have designed the minimized DFA. So in order to check it, you can again apply this minimization algorithm. If your DFA is minimal, then it will again result in the same DFA. Okay, so keep in mind. Okay, so again to check it, you can also apply a minimization algorithm. Okay. So for intuition, sometimes if you are doing a very good amount of questions, you will know that you have designed the minimal automata, but it to just to be sure, you can apply this algorithm, and it is very simple algorithm. Firstly, it will look very difficult to you, but I'm sure if you do like 2 or 3 questions, that you can do this algorithm in like two in under 2 minutes. So it's a very simple algorithm. Okay, so firstly, there are two methods for minimization. There are two methods exist, and many books follow different method. Many books have written both of these methods. Okay, so the first method is the most used one, and that is called your equivalence method. Okay, second one is another popular method that is called your Myhill-Neorday. Okay, so this they I usually, most of the books follow this method. If you study Peter Lynch, they are following this method, and this method is also popular, but we will follow this method because this is more easy, and it is more quick. If I say it is more quick, it just takes a little bit of time, because we have to draw everything in the form of step like these, so that will take a little bit of time, but this is a very quick. Okay, so many books use two different methods, but the most followed method is this. So we will be using this method only. Okay, so before going in the detail, there are something, the term that you should understand. That term is indistinguishable and distinguishable. Okay, so the meaning of this term is equivalence. Okay, equivalent. So the meaning of indistinguishable means you cannot distinguish between two states. So that is called your equivalence. Okay. So if you are distinguishing between two states, so that will be your not equivalent. Okay. So these are two words. So do not get confused in distinguishable and not indistinguishable. Okay. So it's just saying, it's just definition that it says that in a DFA there are two states P as well as Q. Okay, so it says that these two states are said to be equivalent if upon receiving a particular string, that string is called W. Okay, so W, it is going to a final state, as well as Q. From Q also, it receiving an input of W, it is going towards a final state. Okay, so it is saying first condition, it is saying that in a DFA two states P and Q are called equivalent if the transition of P on a string W belongs to a final state and transition of Q on the input of string W belongs to a final state. Okay, so this is first condition. Second condition, and okay, so this is, I'm talking about only DFA1 here, and the second condition is the transition of P and Q on W and W leads to a non-final state and leads to a non-final state. It is just saying that any two states are said to be equivalent if upon receiving input of W, they are both going towards the final state, and upon receiving an input of another string W, that they are going towards non-final state. It means that this W can be anything. It can be, if upon receiving an input of AB, it is going towards a final state. On receiving input of AB on Q, it is going towards a final state. In the same way, and upon receiving an input of BA, it is going towards a non-final state. Upon receiving an input of BA again, it is going towards a non-final state. Okay, so if it satisfies these two conditions, then we will term that P is equivalent to Q. Okay, so if you do not understand it, don't worry about it. I will solve the question, you will get it. Still, it's just one thing that keep in mind, that on getting a, suppose this is a P state, this is a Q state. So on getting an input of A, it is going towards the final state. On getting an input of A, it is going towards the final state. And on getting an input of B, this P is going towards the non-final state. On getting an input of B here, it is also going towards the non-final state. So I can call this P and Q are equivalent to each other. Okay. So in the second one, it just says that they are not equivalent if P on getting an input of A string is going towards the final state, but Q on getting an input of A string, this is going towards a non-final state. Okay, so this is the definition of non-equivalent. So these P and Q are not equivalent to each other if this happens, but they are equivalent to each other if this happens. So this definition is taken from the book Peter Lind's. You can see it yourself. This is the same definition of equivalence. Okay. If you don't understand it, just see for the question solve. I will tell you what is this. Okay, so this is a simple algorithm. It looks very difficult, but I will solve the question and then we will get back to this algorithm. Okay, so the first question here is given like this. So I just solve. Take this question out. Just so this is the question. Okay. Just start decreasing. Okay, so sigma star is the input. Beneath it's just sigma star, meaning the input symbol that is A or P. Okay, so it can be any input. Where is sigma star exactly? Okay, so this is an input alphabet. You know about this. Okay, so I just go back to the question. Okay, just decrease the size. Okay. So again, you can if you are very if you have done lots of this question, you can directly go from the diagram, but because I'm solving this question first time, so I will go very slowly, and if you have any doubt you can ask me. Okay, so just for the next 5 to 10 minutes just be aware, because if you do not understand here, it will be very difficult to grasp this concept. Okay, so this is very easy concept, just be alert for the next 10 minutes, only 10 minutes. Okay, so again I will go with the simplest method, that is called your transition table. I will go by transition table. Okay, so for the transition table, your number of states are Q naught, Q1, Q2. So this is nothing. There is a mistake here. Q3, Q4, and total Q5. Okay. So the first step is always check all the states are reachable from Q naught, from the start state. Okay, so reachable, I just tell you what do I mean by that. Reachable from the start state Q naught. Okay, so check it. To from Q naught you can get to Q1 by getting an input of 1. From Q naught you can get to Q3 by getting an input of 0. From Q naught you can get to Q4 0 by getting an input of 0 1. From Q node, you can get to Q2 by getting input of 1 0. In the same way, from Q node, you can get to Q5 also. Okay, so Q5 we can be okay. So all the states are reachable from Q node. So this is one of the most important step. If any state is not reachable from Q node, you have to cancel that state. You have to take out that state. I will tell you what. Just check. We have checked the first step, and it is good. So we do not need to worry about it. All the states are there. Okay, again I'm drawing only a transition table. So transition table, you know about this. This is the simplest step. I'm getting an input of 0. Q node is going towards Q3, and on getting an input of 1, Q node is going towards Q1. Okay. In the same way, on getting an input of 0, it is going towards Q2 and Q5. Yes, Q1 on Q5. Yes. On Q2, it is staying at Q2, and as well as it is going towards Q5. Yes, Q2 staying at Q2, Q5. Okay, so for Q3, it is going towards Q node, as well as for 1, it is going towards Q4. Okay, so for Q4 is going towards Q2 as well as Q5. In the same way, Q5 is just staying at Q5 and Q5. Okay. Okay. Yes, Vinith, the question is to minimize the DFA. Okay, so now there are something called 0 equivalent, 1 equivalent, 2 equivalent, 4 equivalent. So I will start with the first set, that is called your 0 equivalent set. Okay, so just remember the definition of the equivalence that I've told you. We will apply the same definition here. Okay, so 0 equivalent state, just keep in mind the final states here are Q4, another one is Q1, another one is Q2 here. Okay, so there are 3 final states. Okay, so just separate these final and non-final states. So the final state in the starting one, the set that contains the non-final states are Q naught, Q3, and Q5. In the same way, the final states are Q1, Q2, and Q4. Okay, so the 0 equivalent state, just it is without getting any input. So it just says that you have to separate your states into a non-final as well as a final state. So if you remember the definition of the equivalence, it just there is something belongs. If to calculate the equivalent, we have to follow this rule that 2 states are said to be equivalent if they are going towards the final state on getting a particular string, and they are not also on getting a particular string, they are going towards a non-final string. Okay, so the string will be same. Okay. So that is why I have divided it into a final, non-final, and final state. Okay, now clearly look at this. Now the next step is first equivalent state. So in this equivalent state, you will have to input a string. Okay, so I will just go with this. Okay, so For the first equivalent state, always what is our motive here? So initially now the states are combined into only two states. So now your automata is only two states. Now what we will do, we will expand the automata by breaking the set. Okay. So now here, if you see here, there are three states written. Okay, I will check the equivalence property. If they belong to a same set, it will stay there. But if they do not equivalent to each other, they will land in another set. Okay, so I will explain you what do I mean by that. Okay. Now I will taking two strings, that is Q naught and Q3. Now I will check that they are equivalent to each other or not. Okay, so on A, on B. So Q naught, just copy and pasting the value from here. Q naught 1, Q3 is Q naught, Q5. Okay. So on just whenever I am talking about the input of A, just keep in mind I'm only talking about this. Forget this part. When I'm talking about this, only remember that I'm talking about this. Forget this part. Okay. Okay. So now Q naught and Q3, it's said to be equivalent if they are going to a non-final or a final state. Okay. So if you clearly see that Q naught on A is going towards Q3 and Q naught. Now check in the previous one that Q, if I just call this as set 1 and set 2, these two belongs to set 1. Okay, these two belongs to set 1. This Q naught and Q3 belongs to set 1. So they are going towards the same set. So they are equivalent to each other for this A. Now check for B. It is going towards Q1 and Q4. So Q1 belongs to set 1, but Q2 belongs to set 2. Okay. So it means that on getting an input of B on Q1, it is going towards the
belong to the same set.
please. Yes, yes.
Q1 belongs to S2, S2.
Yeah.
So they belong to the same set Q1 and Q4.
Q1 and Q. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, yes. Yes, yes. They belong to the same set. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that is a mistake. Okay. So if you clearly see they both belong to the same set here again. Okay. So I can say that these two states Q naught and Q3 can be placed with each other because they are equivalent to each other. Okay. So I can place these two states together because they are going towards the same set. You have checked. Now the third one here is Q5. Okay. So in order to the Q5 to be placed here, I have to check that for Q naught and Q3 as well. Okay, so you have to only check for one state. Okay, so because if Q naught is equal to Q3 and if Q5 is equal to Q naught, if I just check these two, so by transitive I can say that Q5 is also equivalent to Q3. Okay, so Q5 Q naught Q3, so Q5 is also equivalent to Q3. You can apply this principle. This is your transitive principle, you know about this. Okay, so if you do not understand it, you can check individually one by one, but you will get the same result. Okay, so I am just checking. You can check Q naught and Q5. Okay, so I just want to place this Q5 with these states. So I have to check the equivalence property. So the equivalence property for I just delete this. Equivalence property for A and B here. So for Q naught, this is Q3. I just copy and paste from the upper. And Q5, this is Q5 and Q5. Okay. Again, if you check is Q naught on A is going towards Q3 and Q5. So Q3 is there, Q5 is there. These are the same set. So I do not need to worry about it. These are not both going on final states. Now the second one on B, it is going towards Q1 and Q5. So Q1 is set 2, Q5 is set 1. Okay, so now this is going towards the different sets. It means that Q naught is not equivalent to Q5, and by transitive nature Q5 is also not equivalent to Q3 also. Okay, so if you want to again check it, you can again check it. You will get the same result here. Okay, I will, for your sake, I will again check it, that Q, where Q5 and Q3, it also has to be placed with Q3. So if I check it, I will get the same result. Okay. So for Q5, this is Q5, and for Q3, it is Q node, Q4. If you check, Q5 and Q node, Q5 and Q node belongs to the same set. This is set 1, and Q5 and Q4, Q5 and Q4 belongs to different sets. So Q5 is of set 1 and Q4 is of set 2. Again, Q5 is not equivalent to Q3. Okay, so only you have to only check for one because they are already equivalent. So if you check for one and nothing equivalent, so now I know that Q5 cannot be placed in this set. So I have to start a new set. That set will be called your Q5. So I placed into that. Okay. So my main goal is that I will start from a fuller set. Always I will start that there will be like 2-3 elements. Here will be 2 or 3 elements. Here will be 3 elements. I always try to break this set. Okay. So if I am breaking down and I am able to uh, uh, divide all the elements in different set, it means I have no minimization. The automata that I have drawn is already a minimized automata. Okay, so just wait for that property. Okay, just wait for it. Now you if the state is divided into a different set here, now this state can be treated as a one state. So this is Q5. Now I do not have to take care of it. This is just a state and it will carry along. So if anything is separated and it only contain one element, so you do not have to worry about it. This is there, so this is permanent. Okay, now I have to check Q1, Q2 and Q4 and see if I can break these elements into different set. Okay, so I will always try to break the elements into different set. Okay, so I will check first Q1 and Q2. Okay, so for Q1 and Q2, if you check the property of, okay, so again I am writing it for Q1 and Q2 on A and B. So for Q1 it is Q2 and Q5. For Q2 it is Q2 and Q5. Okay. So if you clearly look at it, both the states are same. I think that is again one and the same thing. If you clearly look at it, Q2 belongs to a set S2. In the same way, Q2 again here belongs to a set S2. So they are both belong to the same set. So there is no need to differentiate it. Or for check for Q5, Q5 again belong to S1 and this is again belong to S1. So they both belongs to the same set. So Q1 and Q2 are equivalent. So they can be placed together. Okay, so Q1 and Q2 can be placed together. In the same way, you can now have to check that Q4 can be placed with both of these. Again, you only have to check for one element. By the transitive property, you can infer that if they are equivalent, it can be equivalent to other element also. Okay, so I'm just checking like Q1 and Q4. Okay, so if you check this, I just delete these states. Okay, so this is A, this is B. For Q1, this is Q2, Q5. For Q4, this is Q2, Q5. This is again one and the same thing. Okay, so if you see this, Q2 belongs to a set 2 here and Q2 belong to a set 2 here. So they are both going to the same set. Again, check for B. This is going to Q5 and Q5. Q5 belong to the same set S1. Okay, so again, it means that Q1 and Q4 are equivalent. Okay, so Q4 is equivalent to Q1 and Q1 is again equivalent to Q2. So by default, I can say Q4 is also equivalent to Q2. So it means that this Q4 can be placed in a set. Okay, so I am not able to break this. So my sole motive is to break the elements and give them a new set. But in this particular scenario, I'm not able to break this. Okay. So now go for the second equivalent state. Now the chance of getting the breaking of set will be more because now we have three sets, set 1, set 2 and set 3. Previously we have only 2 sets. Now there are 3 sets. So there are more chances that we can break these set. Okay. So again for go for Q naught and Q3 that we are able to break it or not. Okay. So check for Q naught and Q3. So Q naught and Q3, A and B. Okay. So Q naught is Q3, Q1 and Q3 is Q naught, Q4. Okay, so Rindam, the basic difference is there is no input in this zero equivalent state, but there is an input of A and B. Okay, so now in forward we are moving. Now already input of A and B is done on this, and we are adding one another string called A and B. Just wait for a minute. Okay, so sorry for that. Okay, so in two equivalent that we are coming from one equivalent, so the set base is based on this. So here the string, like we again test for strings A and B. So here no input, here one input, so it is again based on another input here, so here will be two. Okay, I think you get it. Again just check because two equivalent is based on the one equivalent, so keep in mind that two equivalent will be based on one equivalent. So already one input is done here, again I have to do another input here. Okay, so again for Q0 and Q3, if you check here, you will get that Q3 belongs to set, now this is set 1, and it is again belong to set Q0, so this is correct. For B, if you check Q1 and Q4. So Q1 and Q4 belongs to the same set. Okay, so again, I am not able to break these because Q0 and Q3 are equivalent. Okay, so these both are equivalent. Again, I cannot break this. If you check this Q1 and Q2, I will not be able to break this again. Okay, so if you check it, Q1 and Q2, because there is nothing different here. Okay, so Q1 here is Q2, Q5, and Q2 here is Q2, Q5. If you check it, Q2 again belongs to the set 3 here, set 3 here, Q5 belongs to set 2 here, this is set 2 here. So these are here on A, these are belonging to the same set. On B, these are belonging to the same set. Again, I cannot differentiate between Q2. So Q1 and Q2 are again similar. In the same way, check for Q2 and Q4. Okay, so Q4, on getting an input of A, Q2 is Q2, Q5, and Q4 is Q2 and Q2 and where is it? Q5. Okay. So again, if you check it, Q2, Q2, this Q2, if you go back in the one equivalent, Q2 belongs to set 3 here. To set 3, set 3. On A, it is going towards set 3. On B, Q5, it is going towards set 2. Again, they on getting an input of a particular string, they are both going to the same set, and on getting a particular input of B, they are both going to the same set here. Okay, so it means that Q2 is again equivalent to Q4, and by transitive property is also equivalent to Q1. Okay, so it means that if you check that one equivalent is equal to two equivalent, now this is your stopping. Okay, so at that point you just stop and say that your algorithm has 1, 2, 3 states. Okay, so we got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 states are minimized to 3 states. Okay, I will tell you now how to make an automata out of this. Okay, so I just copy and paste this thing, this transitive diagram, transitive table. Okay, so I'm pasting here. Okay, so this is your original table, and now I will be transforming this table to a minimized table here. So this is your minimized table. Okay, so this is the table of the original DFA, and now I will convert this table into a minimal DFA. Okay, so what do I do? Now I know that Q0 and Q3 state has to be combined, Q1, Q2 and Q4 state has to be combined, and Q5 state I do not have to do anything. So Q5 state is just there safe. This state is okay. Now wherever there is q naught, just add q3 to it. Okay, so here it is q naught, I am adding q3 to it. Another, there is q naught, I am adding q3 to it. No, there is no q naught here. Okay, now wherever there is q3, add q naught to it. So where is q3? This is q3, I am adding q naught to it. Where is q3? Where is q3? Where is q3? Q3 is there, so I am adding q naught to it. In the same way, I do not able to find, so this state 6 complete. In the same way, wherever you can find q1, add q1, q2, q4. Okay, so where this is q1, add q2, q4. No, okay, only there was q1. Now wherever there is q2, add q1, q4. Okay, so q2 is here, I am adding q1, q4 to it. So q2 is there, q1, q4 to it. Any other one? This is q2, so I'm adding q1. Just wait.
That's an image.
What? Okay, so now yes, no, okay, that's an image that you said. Okay, I get it now. Okay, so if just write here q1, q2 and q4. Okay, so now any other q4, wherever there is q4, there is q4, so you add replace this with q1, q2 and q4. Okay, so in the same way, is there any q4 remaining? No. Okay, so q5 we do not have to keep worry about. Okay. So if you check it, there are two states, q0 and q3. Okay, you can delete okay, so there is we also have to check here. So here it is q1, so q1 q, you have to again repeat this q1, q2, q4. In the same way, this q2 again has to be deal with q1, q2, q4. Okay, so here this is q4, again it has to be q1, q2, q4. Okay, so now if you check it, there are two q0 and q3. You can delete these states because they are equivalent. They are both equal states. If you check it, they are both, the transition is same, so you can delete this state. In the same way, if you check q1, q2 and q4, q1, q2 and q4, the transition is again similar. So you can delete any two states, that depends upon. So we are remaining only with these three states. Okay, so if I just draw the automata of it, it will be like this. So I'm just writing this like q1, q2, q4 to q1 to 4. Okay, so q0 and q3 to q03. Okay, okay, so here I will start which is my final state here. The final state concept is similar. So wherever there is q1, q2 or q4, they will be final. So this is q1 and q0 will not be final. So that is it. Okay, so wherever there is q1, it has to be final. Wherever there is q2, it has to be final. Wherever there is q4. So q1, q2 and q4 is already final, so I can combine these states. Okay, so if I just check here and write the automata here, so it will be q starting with q0 and q3. Okay, so on getting an input of 0, it is staying at Q not Q3. Okay, it is staying at, on getting the input of 1, it is going towards the final state Q1 2 4. So this is your final state. Okay. In the same way, for checking this, on getting an input of 0, it is staying at this, and getting an input of 1, it is going towards Q5. Okay, in the same way, if you check Q5 here, on getting an input of 0, it is staying at Q5, and on getting an input of 1. Okay, so this is your solution. Okay, if you check it in your PPT also, the solution will be somewhat similar, I think. Okay, so yes, I think that is the same solution we got. Let me just check it. Yes, that this is the same solution. So they have combined Q0 and Q3, they have only written, and 1 to 4 is your final state in the same way Q5. Okay. So I think you understand it. Again, if you do not understand it, we will do one more question. Okay, so if you remember the question, okay, so Fanindra has asked, sir, instead of it, can't we interchange Q3 with Q naught? Yes, yes, you can interchange Q3 with Q naught, but there will be somewhat confusing. So again, wherever there is Q3, you again have to write Q naught there. You can do that. Okay. So if I just do this, I just have to replace this. Again, derive another convention. I think that will be more easy. But if you want to do this, it can also be done like this. So if if Q naught, if Q3 is just, I just delete this Q3 and write Q naught here, this will get the same result. But you have to again delete this Q3 and write here also Q naught. Okay, so just keep in mind, you can do that. Okay, this just Q1, Q4, you can also do it with only one state. That can be done. Okay, so that is just for your understanding. Okay, so exactly it is only a one state. If I just write like this, I just find it very easy to delete those states that are just repeating. Okay, so you can do that. That the question that you have asked. So again, if in the starting, this is one of the very easiest question that we have done, the strings that are even length, so even length string. Okay, if you remember this even length string, some of the students have drawn the automata like this. Okay, the automata was like this. So I'm just showing you the practical implementation here. That Q, this is your this AB Q1 AB Q2, and it is going towards this. Okay, so where to stop whenever you are breaking at 0 equivalent and 1 equivalent, you get the same states. Okay, so if there is A, B, and you get the same states here Q0, Q1, so you get the same state in Q1 equivalent. This is the point where you stop. If you repeat this thing, then it means that it will not further be breaking. The set will not be further breakable. You just continue, stay there. Okay, so it means you stop this algorithm. Okay, so this was the algorithm, and you know about this algorithm, that the minimum algorithm here was a simple like this. Okay, so you have done this question. Some of you have drawn this. Okay, again, if you want to minimize this, again, if you just imply this algorithm, you will find this very easy. Okay, so go for the 0 equivalent state. In the 0 equivalent state, what you will find at Q node, this is the final state. I am starting it with final and non-final state. So Q node and Q2 are two different state, and Q1 is a non-final state. So this is final, this is non-final. Okay. So if I just again write this, you can directly do this also, but it will be very good because if now you are only starting, so please draw this this transition table, so don't get confused. Okay, so Q2, Q2, and this is Q1. Okay, so if I just repeat, the final states are Q naught and Q2. This is also the initial state. Okay, so for one equivalent, you know about this, that I have to check these two are equivalent or not. Okay, so for Q naught, Q2, you have to check on A and B. So Q naught on A is going towards Q1, Q2 is going towards Q1, Q1 and Q1. If you check it, this Q1 belongs to, if I just write the set here, set name. So Q1 belongs to set 2. This is also belong to set 2. This is also belong to set 2. So these are on B, the equivalent, the input, the going to the same set. On A, the input is going to again the same set. It means that Q naught and Q2 are equivalent. I cannot break it. So the empty set I cannot do about it. I just copy and paste it there. Okay, so if you see that in one in the output of 0 equivalent and 1 equivalent is similar, now it means that you have got the minimum number of state and you have to stop. Okay, so for now in the algorithm here, if you just try this, you just replace Q naught. Okay, so you can also replace these two states if you just totally go different about it, to replace these two state as Q. Okay, so Q1 is Q1 there, so I do not need to worry about it. So wherever there you occur Q naught or Q2, you replace it by Q. So what will happen in this this automata here? Okay, so Q naught occurred, so I just replaced it by Q. So Q1 will be there, Q1 will be there. Again Q1 come, so it is going towards Q2. So Q2 will be replaced by a Q and a Q. In the same way, on Q2, now Q2 will again be replaced by a bigger Q, and it is going towards Q1. So it is Q1 and Q1. So if you clearly look at it, these two states are similar, so you can delete this one state. Okay, so the first state is your the final state will be your Q2. So I think it will be your this Q naught or Q1 is your final state. So wherever there is Q naught or Q2, you can denote it as final. Okay. So I just denote this as final state. So this Q becomes your final state. On getting an input of A and B, it is going towards Q1, and it is going back towards Q on getting an input of A and B. So this is your minimized automata that you have seen. Okay. Okay. So any doubt till here? If you have any doubt. Okay. So again, we will do one or two question in the next lecture also. Okay, so I will also want to show you a question where the states are not reachable from the starting state, where all the states are not reachable from the starting state. Okay, so I just want to show you that question also. Okay, so in the next lecture we will discuss one or two questions, and you can do these questions at home. I have given you these in the slides. There are some questions and the solutions in the next slide. Okay, so you can try it at home also. Okay, so you will again find this question in the tutorial. These similar kind of question in the tutorial will also be given in the tutorial 3. Okay, okay, so I think our time is up. So you can go towards the next lecture. Thank you for listening. Again, if you have any kind of doubt, you can ask. Otherwise, you can move on to the next lecture. I have downloaded the attendance.
Thank you, sir.